Welcome to the journey. It is your boy Journeyman Bell, aka Mr. 100. Y'all coming in on part 3 of Lord, I Need Your Help. Listen, we have been talking all week about this specific topic in Psalms 121 and 1. It says, I will lift mine eyes from which to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. And listen, on today, we are talking about the S in helps. You know, we deal with the H, we deal with E, we deal with the logic of helps. If you've been following the page very closely, you will see that we have been dealing with all the elements. We dealt with the protector, the 3 P's of the helps. And today we're dealing with the S, which is really, I talked about the sanctification, the satisfaction, and the sustaining of God. But I want to talk about the safety of God, the S.A.F.E or T.Y in some cases. But today we're talking about the S.A.F.E of the being the safe and the protecting places of God. Understanding this, that listen, if God is going to be a provider for you, he's going to be a protector for you. He's going to oversee and make sure that nothing ever comes beyond what you're able to handle. He's never going to put you in a position for destruction. It may feel like it. It may feel like you're going to lose some great things. It feels like you're going to lose a lot of things. But listen, God is our safe haven. You know, the book of Psalms 91 and 1 says, he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And so listen, God provides a great pavilion for us. He provides a great safe haven for us. He provides a great protection for us. And so when we're talking about the S.A.F.E of God, we're first talking about the shield of his presence, or the shield in his presence, which simply says that God doesn't remove the attack, but he does prevent the destruction. You know, I think about Job, when God allowed the enemy to come in and attack Job in so many areas, but the enemy could not destroy him. And one thing that we miss and that we overlook, when God is providing for us and he's supplying our needs and he's doing all these things, the one thing we overlook a lot of times as believers is we fail to realize that just his protection is from destruction. It's from the total annihilation of us. It's from the total existence of us. And certain things that attack our bodies, God is still providing a level of shield for it. And some things that attack our finances, attack our families, attack all these different areas that come in our life. Just because you're being attacked does not mean that God is not protecting you. He's not shielding you with his presence. There is a shadow under the Almighty that God gives to us so the enemy doesn't hit us the hard way, so that the enemy doesn't hit us completely. And you have to understand that God doesn't remove every attack from your life. We're not exempt from every attack. We're exempt from some of them, and the ones that we get are governed by. They are governed by God's measurement on what we should bear and what we should handle when it comes to that. So remember that part. Also remember this: that protection is not absence from trouble. And God is a present God in trouble. He says, I'm a very present help in the time of trouble. There's a reason why he's saying I'm a present help in the time of trouble, because he knows that the attacks are going to come, and that even in the attacks, he's still able to give you a level of security so that the enemy doesn't totally remove you from existence. Protection is not absent of trouble. We have got to get out of this place of that because we're in the Lord, that nothing bad will happen to us. We've got to get out of this place that certain things won't come to our lives to try and test us, to make us think that God is not with us. But God says, I'm with you in your troubles. I'm with you in your circumstances. I'm with you in your situations. I'm with you in your dilemmas. I'm with you in your places of confusion and fear. God says, I am a very present help in your time of trouble. My shield of protection, my shield of my presence is greater than anything that you can ever imagine. That staying up under his shield or his shield in presence, it just solidifies that, hey, I'm in the right place. Even though I'm getting hit by blow after blow, and it seems like calamity after calamity is falling upon me, God has assured me that just because things happen to me does not mean that he's not with me. He's still with you, even when it feels like everything is against you. He said, if I be for you, I am more than the world against you. And he said that if I be for you, who can be against you? God provides a level of protection through his shadow that we can never, ever imagine. Let's go on to the A. The A of this is a tentative watch. This simply means that God is always watching over and governing all of our steps. He says our steps are ordered by him. So God is God enough. He's a watchman enough to watch over every single step of our life that comes to our life, that comes in our direction, that comes in our way, so that, watch this, that even the things that happen aren't by coincidence. Watch, coincidences or things that just happen and they seem to fall in line are divine observance. They are divine observations of God's presence being with us. Some of us call it favor, some of us call it happenstance, and some of us call it luck of the draw, but there's no luck in God. Nothing just happens. Coincidences just don't happen. Coincidences are God's design plan for your life of letting you know that I am watching over everything that you do. I'm governing everything that you are part of. I'm governing every direction that you go in, even when sometimes we don't see it. Listen, let me say it like this. He sees what we ignore. He sees what we ignore, because there's no way that our flesh can see the things of when God is providing for us, when he's supplying our needs. There's no way we can see it the way he sees everything. And so what we'll do is we'll overlook and we'll ignore a God move. We'll ignore a God move in our life because we are looking for God in a different place on the hill. We're looking for God in a different place and a time and a different sector of how he should move. When God says that there's no way you're going to see me in all these places, and you'll miss me in a lot of places, because when our circumstances get above us, when our circumstances rise above our thinking and above our ways, then we tend to panic and we tend to ignore God. And that's why I was talking about earlier how we have got to continue to rehearse our vision, continue to rehearse our focus, continue to bring out our logic, and stop trying to make sense of what God says you can't understand. God says, I'm guarding what's being overlooked. I am guarding what's being overlooked. So there's a lot of things that we are missing, God, because we want to see God move a certain way in our lives. That's why he says what? He says he'll give his angels charge over us, so that the places that we step our foot in, or the places that we go in that we don't see, we ignore. He says, I'm so attentive to your footsteps and your movements and your walks that, listen, I've already given angels assignments to where you should be already. I'm always attentive to you. I'm very aware of where you are. And when I get ready to give you for what comes from my hill, he says, I'm already making aware of the angels to be in place so that everything falls in place. Watch this. Moving on to the F. He's a faithful defender. Watch this. God blocks what we think should be. Or let me say, God blocks. Let me say it right. God blocks what we think should be. In other words, that sometimes those things that we expect God to do, and he don't do it, and he blocked it, and we said, well, okay, if God blocked it, that means that it was meant for something else. Because why? Because he's a faithful defender over other areas. So we're just stepping into the next thing we see. But God says, I'm thinking I'm 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps ahead of you, because I know that if you step into this job, I know if you step into this relationship, I know if you step into this place, and or if you think you're supposed to stand still and God is saying move, God says, I'll block it where you have to move, or I'll block it where you have to stay still. It is our job to understand that whatever God is defending off or blocking or allowing access to, that this is a part of what he needs out of us. This is a part of his help that's coming from him. His no has meaning. Key point. God would not say no for no reason. What we have to learn how to do is accept the no that God gives us. When is the last time God said no to you and you accepted it? You said, okay, this is what God says. As much as I want this job, as much as I want this relationship, as much as I want this situation to go in my direction, God has prohibited me from going in this direction. So Lord, because you said no, give me the grace to operate where you said no. Give me the grace, because you're a faithful defender. So that means that if you're blocking this, if you're saying no access to this, then that means that this is not where you need me to be. I need to be where you need me to be. Lord, help me to see where you need me to be. Last but not least, he's ever present covering. That means that God's protection doesn't require our awareness. Oh, it's helpful if we are aware, but God says that there's no way that you can see every attack that comes from the enemy. He says that would be an impossible job for you to see every attack that comes from me. So I am forever covering you, even when, watch this, because sometimes we think that we have to be under certain leaderships. I'm stepping on some toes here. We think we have to be under certain leaderships to be under coverings. But listen, God was covering us even when there was no covering for us. God is a mighty protector of us. And watch this. If you step out of alignment, he never moves from position. You step out of alignment, he never moves from position. God says, I'm never moving. I'm right where I need to be, always where I need to be, when I need to be. Say, you may get off alignment, but he says, if I get off alignment, then all hell's gonna break loose. God says, I can't be moved by your emotions. I can't be moved completely by your emotions. I can't be moved by your agitations, your irritations, because sometimes your irritations is a step out of God's plan. Sometimes your irritations is a step out of what God wants. Sometimes your irritations are a step out of the aligned place that God has. And God says, I can't be moved. My word has went out. It will not return void. It will accomplish that it's sent out to do. Watch this. You're not safe because you're careful, but because God is committed. Ain't that something? You're not safe because you're careful. You're safe because God is committed. He is committed to seeing that you receive everything that you need, when you need it, how you need it, and why you need it. We have to be okay from where our helps come from. Our helps, they come from the Lord. You're not safe because you're careful, but because God is committed. I look to the hills from which cometh my help. All my help, they cometh from the Lord. This is your journey, where we believe in taking life one step at a time. Y'all tune in next week, y'all. We got another devotion for you. Listen in on Saturday. I got a few little nuggets that I placed in on Saturday. Make sure y'all following the page. Welcome to the Journey on Facebook, and y'all just be a part of what God is doing with this page. I'm so thankful for it, and I'm so thankful for you. Y'all be blessed. Take care.